Hi everybody, it's Miss Carrie Tulino-Bell, Beech Brook social worker at Twinsburg High School. I'm coming at you for week 2 for Wellness Wednesdays. Last week we talked about mindfulness and what it is and a couple practical strategies on practicing mindfulness. And continuing in that vein, we're going to talk about mindfulness as a strategy for managing anxious, unhelpful, and maybe negative thoughts. So one of the things I wanted to share with you today is that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And the first week of May is Mental Health Awareness for children and teenagers. So I think it's so important for us to practice these things that we can do for even just a few minutes every day, if possible, to take care of ourselves. And one of the resources I use quite frequently is an agency called Mental Health America, and they're a nationwide agency that provides a lot of information. And a quote from them is, "While 1 in 5 people will experience a mental illness during their lifetime, everyone faces challenges in life that can impact their mental health." So there are practical tools that everyone can use to improve their mental health and increase their resiliency regardless of the situations that they're in. So for those of you that were able to watch the videos last week, we talked a little bit about how this time of uncertainty is causing a lot of stress. We don't often feel like we have a lot of control about what goes on, but this is one way that we can gain back some of that control. Other ways include, how we protect ourselves by wearing masks and washing hands and using hand sanitizers. Another way is taking care of our bodies, making sure we eat well, sleep well. And then, ways that we can take care of our mind. And mindfulness is one of those ways. So we're going to talk about a few things today. The first of which is called Mindfulness and Letting Go. One of the things I like about working with teenagers is developmentally, you're at a point at which you can truly understand the connection between your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So to kind of illustrate that, I printed off a little diagram. And if you see at the top, we have thoughts. Down at the bottom, we have feelings. And I don't know if you can read that, but it also says actions and behaviors down on the other corner. And where you have your power is very much rooted in your thoughts. So if I have the thought that things are overwhelming, I can't do anything, I might as well give up, I'm probably going to feel pretty stuck. I'm probably going to feel very overwhelmed. So I probably will have a really hard time getting motivated to do any work or do other things that I have to do. And then sort of the cycle continues. But if I can find a way to shift that thought into something that's more helpful, such as things are really hard, I'm just going to do my best. Or I'm just going to keep trying and do what I can. I'll probably feel a little less overwhelmed. And then I'll probably have a much easier time getting moving, keeping that thought in my head rather than it doesn't matter, I'm not going to do it. So therein lies the power of affecting the way you might feel about certain situations and what you might do because of it. So mindfulness and letting go. The interesting thing is the more we try to control our anxious or negative or unproductive thinking, is it actually strengthens that thought. So the more we try to avoid it, the more we try to answer back to it or chase those thoughts, the more it's there. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but mindfulness is one way of skillfully shifting that thought into something that's more helpful and letting go of that negative thought. So this approach involves practicing first noticing when you have those thoughts and then shifting that thinking and redirecting it and your attention back to the present moment. So if you remember, mindfulness is all about staying in the moment, just in the here and now, not in the past, not in the future, just right here. So, but just like any skill, You know, if you are a soccer player, if you play an instrument, if you are in plays, or if you're a singer, we don't hit it right away off the bat. We have to practice. So all of these mindfulness skills do take practice. So they might sound really easy, but the work is in making sure that you practice them as much as possible. And it only takes a few minutes every day, but it's actually going to help you be more productive in the long run. So steps for letting go. We have 3 steps for using mindfulness to let go of negative thinking. So to begin though, you want to practice this with thoughts and worries that are not a huge concern, and then gradually work up to the bigger stuff. The first step is to begin your practice. You want to sit down, get in a nice comfy spot, relaxed, and then just kind of checking in with yourself and noticing what you feel. What are you experiencing? What are the thoughts that are rolling around in your head? Just kind of observing any feelings, any sensations, describing them, not trying to change them, not trying to judge them, just noticing. So you would do this for about 1 minute, sort of checking in with your body. The second step is you're bringing your attention to your breath. So when you take a breath in, and this should be very natural, not like deep breathing. When you take a deep breath in, you're drawing a lot more air. Right now you're just naturally breathing and noticing where you feel your breath. Do you feel it in your nose? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it all the way down to your belly? And when you kind of get a radar of where your breath is, just noticing and feeling it move in and out through your body. And as you settle in and you notice your breath moment to moment, tying those thoughts and letting go, and maybe even saying to yourself when you breathe in and then out, letting go. Okay, so that second step you would practice for another minute. Now the third step is expanding your awareness to sensing your whole body breathing. So it's being aware of the sensations in your body and then noticing any strong feelings around it. You're also still paying attention to your breath and just being okay with what you're feeling, you know, and almost saying to yourself, okay, whatever it is, just let me feel it. I'm all right. And then if your mind starts to wander to those negative thoughts, just gently pull it back to the here and now. Sometimes for me, it helps to count the breath. So when I breathe in, I count 1. When I breathe out, I count 2. And just keeping that rhythmic 1, 2, 1, 2. So you would practice this for another minute. And that's it, those 3 steps. So first step, get in a comfy position, noticing any sensations in your body, checking in with yourself. Second step, focusing your awareness on your breath, noticing where you feel it, and then tying your feelings to that and letting it go on the out breath. And then third, expanding your awareness and sensing any thoughts and feelings and just saying, whatever it is, I'm feeling it and it's okay. And, you know, a lot of deep breathing goes along with this. If it helps to take a nice cleansing breath at the end, probably the deepest breath you'll take all day, and just let it all out. Okay, so that's the first strategy I wanted to show you and talk about today. This last one is just called STOP. And it's an acronym I found from this really great workbook by Sashiko Nagasawa. I hope I said that correctly. Dr. Sashiko Nagasawa is a psychologist out of Canada, and she created this great workbook, and I think it's a lot of good stuff, and I wanted to share with you this thought stopping method. So STOP is an acronym. The first word, S, is for plain old stop. Don't react. Freeze. Don't let your emotions try to make you act without thinking and act in an impulsive way. So just simply stopping what you're doing. T means for take a step back, take a breath, leave the room, let go. Don't let those feelings, again, make you act impulsively. O is for observing. Notice any feelings that you have right now. any thoughts. Observe what other people are thinking, or I'm sorry, saying or doing. Just kind of taking note of the situation like you're a reporter, putting things down on a piece of paper in your mind. And the last one is P for proceeding mindfully. So acting with awareness, deciding what to do based on the information that you have. So considering your thoughts and feelings, other people's thoughts and feelings, and then considering your goals in the situation. And then ask yourself, what actions will make it worse? What actions will make it better? So stop. Stop for stop. T for take a deep breath. Or I'm sorry, take a step back from the situation. O for observe, noticing your thoughts and feelings. And then P for proceeding mindfully. So again, mindfulness is a tool in your toolbox for managing anxious, worried, angry, any kind of negative feeling that you might be having right now. Thoughts come and go, but learning how to direct those thoughts in a more helpful way will help you become more productive. It will manage those intense feelings you might have, and help us manage this very difficult and uncertain time that we're in. So again, take care of yourselves. I hope all is well. I hope to see you all very soon. And stay tuned for next week, where we'll continue in our journey of talking about mindfulness on Wellness Wednesdays. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.